Hey gamers, welcome back to The Game Perfection, a passion project by Karmasur Studios. My name is Karma, and in today's video, we'll be covering some of the best free PC, PlayStation, and Xbox games that you should check out, Episode 1, on popular demand. Now, without wasting any seconds, let's dive right into it. Valorant, released June 2nd, 2020 on Windows.
Not enough power. It needs to be superheated.
Keep that hit.
I honestly didn't expect that to work.
This one is an online multiplayer first-person hero shooter developed and published by Riot Games for Microsoft Windows. The game is set in the near future. Players play as one of a set of agents that are characters designed based on several countries and cultures around the world. In the main game mode, players are assigned to either the attacking or defending team, with each team having 5 players on it. Agents have unique abilities, each requiring charges, as well as a unique ultimate ability that requires charging through kills, deaths, orbs, or objectives. Every player starts each round with a classic pistol, and one or more signature ability charges. Other weapons and ability charges can be purchased using an in-game economic system that awards money based on the outcome of the previous round, any kills the player is responsible for, and any objectives completed. The game has an assortment of weapons, including secondary guns like sidearms and primary guns like submachine guns, shotguns, machine guns, assault rifles, and sniper rifles. There are automatic and semi-automatic weapons that each have a unique shooting pattern that has to be controlled by the player to be able to shoot accurately. It currently offers 19 agents to choose from. I'm an Omen main, but I also like Fade nowadays. What about you?
I've seen your darkest fears. Mine would eat them alive.
Vampire, The Masquerade, Bloodhunt. Released the 27th of April, 2022 on Windows and PlayStation.
Unholy creatures preying on God's children like filthy leeches on blood wounds. Our brothers found them in Prague, Father, hiding in plain sight.
It's a free-to-play battle royale game developed and published by Swedish developer Sharkmob. The game is set in the streets and on the rooftops in Prague, in the world of darkness. It takes place following a vampire gathering in the city, after which war between the vampire sects broke out and the Second Inquisition became involved. Players take the roles of vampires who try to survive the sect war, battling both each other and an entity who tries to exterminate vampires. They can choose to fight on their own or in a team, and use ranged weapons, melee weapons, and vampiric powers. Players also need to conceal their identities as vampires from humans, a practice called the Masquerade. Here, you can hunt as a solitary predator in single-player and ranked game modes, or rally your friends to join your 3-player squad to go into visceral, fast-paced fights where team play and strategy are essential.
How will they react when it dawns on them that they've been deceived?
We wage war.
Rogue Company, released the 20th of July, 2021 on Windows, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, iOS, and Android.
Time for some fun! I'll take point.
Ooh, that's what I like.
Let's finish this.
This one is a multiplayer tactical third-person hero shooter developed by First Watch Games and published by Hi-Rez Studios. It features a range of playable characters, referred to as rogues. Matches consist of multiple rounds, with each round beginning with both teams skydiving from the aircraft to the map below to compete against each other in various objectives. Between rounds, players may use the money earned from completing tasks and eliminating players in the previous round to buy and upgrade weapons, equipment, and perks. A number of game modes have been revealed. Extraction is a 4v4 game mode, where the attacking team is tasked with hacking an objective. The winner of a round is determined once the objective is hacked or all players on a team have been eliminated. Warframe, released October 10th, 2007, on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Together, they fought back. Bringing an end to an empire.
This is an action role-playing third-person shooter multiplayer online game developed and published by Digital Extremes. Here, players control members of the Tenno, a race of ancient warriors who have awoken from centuries of suspended animation far into Earth's future to find themselves at war in the planetary system with different factions. The Tenno use their powered warframes along with a variety of weapons and abilities to complete missions. While many of the game's missions use procedurally generated levels, newer updates have included large open-world areas similar to other massively multiplayer online games, as well as some story-specific missions with fixed level design. The game includes elements of shooting and melee games, parkour, and role-playing to allow players to advance their Tenno with improved gear. It is supported by microtransactions, which lets players purchase in-game items using real money, but also offers the option to earn them at no cost through grinding.
CLS is go for auto sequence start.
We're go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Deceit, released the 4th of March 2017 on Microsoft Windows.
If only they'd followed their host's advice, not to trust anyone and never think twice, for the beast could be hiding right in plain sight, waiting to slaughter in the darkness of night.
This one is an online PvP game developed and published by World Makers. This game tests your instincts at trust and deception in an action-filled, multiplayer first-person shooter. You wake up in unknown surroundings to the sound of the game master's unfamiliar voice. Surrounded by 5 others, a third of your group has been infected with the game master's deadly virus and tasked with taking down the other innocent players. In a test of strategy and skill, innocents must work together to gather weapons, secure objectives, and vote out those suspected of infection to strengthen their chances of survival. But the environment has been set up to cause conflict among the group, creating doubt about the true intentions of players. The infected will be busy collecting blood and trying to cover up their sabotage attempts, while the innocents will be keeping an eye out for suspicious behavior and attempting to make alliances with those they think they can trust.
I'd very much enjoy it if we played another little game.
Apex Legends, released the 5th of November 2020 on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
I see it in the warrior, who must choose between their new life and the annihilation of their home. I see it in a girl, tortured by revenge, embrace hope when love awakens her heart.
This one is a battle royale hero shooter game developed by Respawn Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts. Before the match, players form into 2 or 3 player squads and select from pre-designed characters with distinctive abilities, known as legends. The game has 2 gameplay modes. In Battle Royale, up to 23-person squads or 32-person duos land on an island and search for weapons and supplies before attempting to defeat all other players in combat. The available play area on the island shrinks over time, forcing players to keep moving, or else find themselves outside the play area, which can be fatal. The final team alive wins the round. In arenas, players form into 3-player squads and fight against another squad in a 3v3 team deathmatch over a series of rounds to determine the winner of the match. Teams win when their team has at least 3 points and is 2 points ahead.
This is awesome!
Goose Goose Duck, released the 4th of October 2021 on Microsoft Windows, Mac, and Android. This one is a casual strategy indie game developed and published by Gaggle Studios Incorporated. Let me start off by saying 2 words. Among Us. Yep. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, please go and Google it. You might just find a bonus free game. This is a game of social deduction where you and your fellow geese must work together to complete your mission. You'll have to keep an eye out for those malicious mallards and other birds who have infiltrated your team and will do anything to stop you. There are loads of customizations, including hats, shirts, pets, and farts. Oh, at least that part's original. There are 5+ maps for you to explore and 5+ built-in game modes, including Classic, Trick or Treat, Dine and Dash, and Goose Hunt. Team Fortress 2, released October 10th, 2007 on Windows, Mac, Xbox, PlayStation, and Linux.
So we're fine, as long as nobody teleports any bread.
Question.
What's your question, soldier?
I teleported bread.
What?
You told me to.
How much?
I have done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days.
There have you been sending it?
This one is a multiplayer first-person shooter game developed and published by Valve Corporation. Here, players join one of 2 teams, red and blue, and choose one of 9 character classes to play as in-game modes such as Capture the Flag and King of the Hill. In most game modes, blue and red compete for a combat-based objective. Players can choose to play as one of 9 character classes in these teams, each with its own unique strengths, weaknesses, and weapon sets. In order to accomplish objectives efficiently, a balance of these classes is required due to how these strengths and weaknesses interact with each other in a team-based environment. The game was released with 6 official maps, although over 100 maps have since been included in subsequent updates, including community-created maps. It features 9 playable classes, evenly split and categorized into offense, defense, and support.
I can't feel anything below my neck.
Oh, God.
Oh, now I can feel it. Ow. Ow.
Oh,
ow.
God, I'm so sorry. This is not
That was so much fun.
Crossout, released July 27th, 2017.
A good sense of timing's essential in getting the result you want. And if you did everything right, you'll be rewarded. After all, it's the risk that gives a flavour to life, isn't it? And if you want to stay alive, you'll enter the arena again, my friend.
On Windows, PlayStation, Xbox, and Android. This one is a free-to-play vehicular combat video game developed by Targem Games and published by Gaijin Entertainment. In 2027, a mysterious viral epidemic known as the Crossout swept the planet. 20 years have passed after the Crossout. The gameplay is about assembling vehicles with different parts, weapons, and modules awarded throughout the game or bought through the in-game store. The players can drive their own custom vehicle in multiplayer game modes in PvP battles or against AI opponents in PvE modes. For example, in 23-player Battle Royale mode, the last driver standing wins, and players spawn inside of a large map with a small vehicle, and a single frontal melee weapon. Survivors must equip themselves with equipment, weapons, and armor scattered around. The play area progressively gets smaller as a sandstorm closes in, damaging any vehicle caught in it.
Someone has clearly worked on the Ravagers. And that's when the factions are wasting their strength fighting the Syndicate. But maybe the truth is, their true enemy hides in the shadows.
Supremacy 1914, World War I, released on the 16th of July 2019 on Microsoft Windows. This one is an online co-op strategy game developed and published by Bytro Labs. Here, you as a general, choose your nation and assume the highest office in your desired empire. You'll have to balance the production of materials, troops, and weaponry with the rare resources your land has to offer. Forge alliances with your competitors, do important trade deals, or fight yourself through the First World War. This rough period demands a clear-minded leader like you. Don't let your people starve. Train them to join the cavalry. Place them into your first experimental tanks. Develop your country and slowly conquer the world. There can be up to 500 real opponents per map. The distances and unit movements are pretty realistic, and the troops and vehicles are about accurate. So, that was it for this video, guys. Hope you found a game that sparked your interest. If not, drop what we missed in the comments below. See you in the next episode. Karma, peace out.